This is our fourth instalment of the Yes You Can series, helping women to get financially fit, designed to inspire women to open up to talk about money. And today I'm going to be talking to three women who are all hairdressers up in Liverpool. And I want to explore the theory that we will tell our hairdressers absolutely anything. So whilst we may not talk openly to our mates and our families about money, will we sit down and pour our hearts out to our hairdressers? Well, let's find out. Ladies, thank you so much for dialing in. So I've got Tony, I've got Gemma, and I've got Rachel. Here's the thing, right? Women talk about almost everything. We'll talk about like really, really private stuff with one another. We'll talk about our sex lives, but we don't really talk about money with our friends or our families for that matter, which is crazy. But there is a theory that you'll tell your hairdresser things you'll tell no one else. So I wanted to know, with all of your decades of experience of having women in your chairs, do they open up to you about finances?
No, I'd probably say not, no.
As you said, I think money can be a little bit of a kind of a weird one, isn't it, really, to talking about money? Because you've got ones who can't afford it, who don't want to say, and then you've got the ones who've got too much and want to brag, and there's not that middle line, really, so they just tend to keep stum.
But can I ask you this? Do they all sit down and tell, do you think that you've been confided in over things like leaving marriages, difficult sex lives, problems with their family members, fallouts with friends?
Yeah. But like an agony aunt.
Yeah. I mean, it's very interesting. Like when you talk about putting numbers on things, so you might talk about your achievements in numbers, like, for example, weight loss, or how quickly you've run a marathon, or, you know, you'll list those other achievements. But if somebody's gone out and acquired a couple of properties and they haven't won it or been given it, then the chances are they've worked their arse off to get it. So why not? Why not tell people that? That's great, right?
Like, don't really like to discuss like finances things, do they? I don't know why. It's just not a thing people would ever really say. You know, the odd person that would say, "Oh, I had like a bonus, so I can have my hair done twice this month," or anything like that. Or they'll go, "You know what? I've only just had my hair done, but I'm gonna have it done again next week because I've had, you know, like I won on a bet, or like I've had a bonus or a little pay rise," but no one was actually say, "Oh, I've actually made this amount of money." You know, it's never like figures or numbers, I wouldn't say.
Interesting, isn't it? Have you ever given this any thought or discussion yourselves?
No, I've never gave that a thought. It's not something that's ever, I don't know why, but now you've said it, I think, oh God, yeah, it's not actually something people do discuss really, but
we all talked about money in our family because we just didn't have any. So when somebody didn't have any, we shared the pain. And when they had it, like if my granddad had a win on the horses or whatever, we all got popped down the working men's club because, you know, Gramps has had a win. That's how money features in our conversations. What about you girls?
Yeah, the same. I come from a family where my dad done nights. He worked in Ford, which is now Jag. My mum had the pub. So I helped bring my little brother up because he's like 11 years younger than me. I worked in my mum's pub collecting the glasses as soon as I was able to. And then I worked as a glass collector and trained to be a hairdresser at the same time, which helped me save. Because as I got older, obviously your parents say to you, once you're old enough, you've got to start fending for yourself. So I'm quite lucky. I'm quite good with I haven't got a lot of money, but I'm quite good with money. I'm a good saver.
If somebody says, "I love your dress," if you got it for a good price, you'll tell them. Every time. What, this? 27 quid in the sale. If you paid 250 quid for it, you'd go, thanks. And you'd say more. If you're a good saver, would you say that extends to being a good investor? Are you an investor? And do you have any idea how your pension builds? Do you know if you're in stocks and shares? Which stocks and shares? You know, do you...
I looked at mine, and I think it's just it's just money. I looked at mine. I went into my account a couple of weeks ago. Remember Linda mentioned about it? But I've seen how much I had in there, but it's just built up as money. I'm not sure about the stocks and share part of it.
Would you be surprised if I told you that in the last 4 years, the gender pay gap has doubled?
It's got worse then. Oh my gosh. I thought it was going to get better.
I would never have thought that. That's disgusting.
is that over across the board of all, like,
All sectors. Women have a pension pot that is 1/5 the size of men. 1/5.
It's insane.
So when you talk about poverty in old age, you're talking about women.
which is, it's like going back 50 years when the women could never leave the men because they never had jobs or didn't have money to support themselves. It's like reverting back to that again, which is just like...
We need to do something about it now, girls. We need to, sort this out.
And here's a good one for you. The NHS spend more money on Viagra than they do on single parent families being able to eat well. Single mums.
That's insane. What the hell?
I'm a single mum.
Oh my god.
No way.
Shocking. When you were to say that blows my mind. I think that is like next level craziness. And I just don't think people are made aware of that at all, because I do think we live in a society now where a lot of things on social media about, women and men having the same kinds of rights and everything. And I did think we were kind of going up, but obviously statistically that people just don't know that, I don't think, because that is insane. That is insane. I'm going to tell all my clients it.
From state benefits, from workplace payments, from savings to childcare, and right down to entrepreneurship. So I'm talking about, getting funding for businesses, as I touched on earlier. Essentially, at all stages of our lives, women are poorer than men.
I just don't think people are made aware of it. I think that's where, because, I don't know, it's just insane.
But when you say people aren't aware of it, it's because we don't talk about it. Would you be more inclined to talk to your clients, male and female, about this now?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's something that needs to change, isn't it?
Well, yeah, especially if you're raising daughters.
Tony's going to have a meltdown in the salon over it, aren't you?
Are you? But also, if we, as things stand, it's going to take 257 years at the rate of change for the pay gap to equal out. We'll be long dead by then. Is that all right? Is that all right that by the time we leave this earth, that hasn't started to swing the other way?
No, because it just makes you want to give up in the first place before it's even started. Like, it's just, I don't know.
But I think we can change it, because if you look at how far we've come, by 2025, we will control 60% of all the wealth in the UK. And when I say control the wealth, what I mean is already you are massively important to the economy, because you decide which bills get paid, you decide what you're spending, what holidays you're going on, what car the family drives. You are already the CFO of your family if you're making all of the financial decisions in your household. Would you say that you are making the financial decisions in your household?
Yeah, definitely.
So you're already controlling a lot of it. Do you save for your children before you save for yourself?
I did, and then he turned 16 and got his own bank card and spent it all.
What? He didn't.
I had control of it for 16 years, and on his birthday, Mum, can I have my own bank card? Because his friends have all got one. And I tried to explain to him, do not. He started ordering takeaways getting delivered to the house, but you have to take a minimum of £15. So he's getting these whopping big deliveries to the door. And God knows, Amazon, because it was locked down, ordering stuff off Amazon.
Because he's 16, he's not had to go and work for it yet. He's not had to earn and budget and...
My little girl's 9, and I always say to her, so say for instance for Christmas she gets 500 quid, I go to her, put 400 in the bank, and then you've got £100 there, and basically she can do what she wants with it.
How do you feel having talked about this today, ladies, and have you in any way ever talked about anything like this with each other before?
It is actually easy to speak about, and I think there was like a bit of a taboo about it. I think we kind of thought, we couldn't speak to our customers about money, whereas really now when you think about it, we do anyway to an extent, but I think people do, like, it is going to be much easier to bring it up in a conversation now.
Yeah, it really is, because we need it to trade our way through life. And actually there's little things that we can change, like, for example, girls do not get as much pocket money as boys.
No, I believe that. I used to get a £5 a week. Arlene was getting £20 off his nan and granddad. I was like, yeah, I know.
So as parents, we can make sure that that's addressed straight away, that the boys and girls get the same level of pocket money and they have to do the same level of work for it. Thank you so much for your honesty and for being so open to this today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And please talk to your customers and your clients. Tell your friends, tell your daughters, and
Spread the word.
and yeah, and thank you again. And the very best of luck with everything that is coming around the corner for you. I know you're going to have the sorest feet in Britain because hairdressers are not going to be sitting down for a long time.
I know.